Hi, Professor. I hope you're doing well. Today I will be walking you through an analysis of life expectancy data. Both Saabirah and I worked on this analysis together, and we're looking forward to sharing it with you. So first off here, we just have a quick slide just to introduce the topic of discussion, which is, of course, an analysis of life expectancy data. So moving along, we felt it best to share some context about the data before taking a deep dive. So as you can see, there are several questions that pertain to the data set as well as just some general findings. So as you can see, there are over 2,900 records. The average life expectancy is 69.2. There are over 190 countries represented in this data set, and then there are 16 years of data provided from 2000 through 2015. So now that we have some context about this life expectancy data set, let's talk about those drivers of life expectancy. So what is the most significant driver? Well, it's a combination of income composition of resources, HIV/AIDS, adult mortality, deaths under age 5, and thinness between 5 and 9 years. What is this predictive strength? 82%. Additionally, which individual feature is the most significant? Well, that would be the income composition of resources, which has a predictive strength of 64% by itself. And then as you can see down here, we have the full spiral diagram. So a potential viewer could explore further relationships. For example, if they were under the impression that perhaps alcohol was a great predictor of life expectancy, well, they could just scroll through here and see that is in fact not true, given that alcohol only has a predictive strength of 15%. So moving along here, now that we kind of have taken a look at life expectancy and those drivers, let's kind of look further at that relationship. So with that said, here we're looking at the relationship between life expectancy and income composition of resources. We can see that as the life expectancy increases, so does the income composition of resources. So as such, they are positively correlated. And then over here on the right, we're looking at the relationship between life expectancy and adult mortality. So as opposed to the diagram over here on the left, in this case, there's a negative correlation. So as life expectancy generally decreases, adult mortality increases. So let's even expand out further, and let's talk about the characteristics that define both high life expectancy and low life expectancy. So the characteristics of high life expectancy are income composition of resources greater than or equal to 0.8, as well as thinness of 5 to 9 years less than 1.3. So this cohort has an average life expectancy of 80. Additionally, let's then hop over here on the right and note that the characteristics listed here actually kind of differ in a good way. So notice how the income composition of resources is less than 0.4. So that's saying as that value increases, so too does the life expectancy. Additional characteristics associated with the lowest life expectancy are deaths under age 5 greater than or equal to 41, HIV/AIDS greater than or and HIV/AIDS greater than or equal to 1.5. So the final chart here down on the bottom right is just to kind of depict this relationship. I should note that each of the bars represents one of the groupings that were created in the decision tree. So as I've noted previously, you can see that that as the income composition of resources increases, so too does life expectancy. So next here, I'd like to shift gears a little bit, and let's talk about life expectancy in terms of countries. So taken from the perspective of a business who potentially wants to enter into new markets, they want to expand their business. So here we just show the top 10 ranking of life expectancy by country. it's measured, or ranked rather, based on the compound annual growth rate, which is essentially just a measure of the life expectancy performance over time. So as you can see that the uh, countries listed here, they're all African countries. Furthermore, they are all developing. And as you can see, they do have a pretty good increase in terms of their compound annual growth rate as well. So with that said, this concludes this presentation regarding life expectancy data. I hope you enjoyed the storyboard and analysis, and thank you for your time.